This episode of Reppin' the State Line podcast with John, George, and Josh is sponsored by The Mortgage Dad. Working with George's team gives you access to an unmatched menu of mortgage programs and over 100 years of combined mortgage experience. Skip the stress, love your mortgage experience, and get home with George. Visit www.homewithgeorge.com. NMLS ID 443967.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Reppin' the State Line podcast with John, George, and Josh. And this is our Friendsgiving / Thanksgiving episode. And we are in George and Monica's house. Thank you for having us here today, guys.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you. It was supposed to be at my house until the flu hit.
The flu is rampant in the Cooper household.
It is.
We don't want to go there and get sick before the holiday.
It is.
So,
as we do with every episode, let's kick it off with how last week went. John, what was your week like?
my week was very stressful, arguing with my wife, who's not here today. So I'm going to talk all about her.
She can't even defend herself.
Right. She can't defend herself.
That's brutal.
I got you, Denise. I got
That's
you.
almost worse.
So we decorated for Christmas, which I am against. I am the day after Thanksgiving, then you decorate.
No.
That's why all the snow came.
Exactly. I know. No, we got Christmas trees.
It's Christmas.
We got Christmas plates. I mean, but yeah, that's my house. So we decorated. We got a tree on Sunday. Decorations were put on the tree on Monday. When did trees get so expensive? I mean,
You can do a real tree?
We do a real tree, yeah.
Where'd you get that?
We wound up getting it at Menards. We got a white pine at Menards. It was a 6 to 8 foot white pine is $34.99. So that wasn't bad. We went to Home Depot and a 6 to 8 foot Baltic pine or whatever it is, one that's real like branchy, which is nice for hanging ornaments on because it's not as furry and doesn't have any needles that fall off. That was like almost $70 for a 6 foot tree. And I was like, which I was getting upset because I have to cut half the branches off the bottom because I got the 2 dogs and I can't put anything down low anyway. So I hate having just bare branches. So we cut them up and have like this trunk that's showing and then everything higher for the dogs not to eat the ornaments. And there we are. So it's like I'm spending so much money for a tree and I'm cutting half of it away.
Sounds like a lot of work. You should get
It
a
is.
fake tree.
Well, we had a fake tree
Well,
for years.
so our house also did Christmas decorations. Again, not my doing. And before we go any further, we talked about last week that there's going to be 3 surprise guests. This week we're going to have 2.
1.5.
1.5, because somebody that's always late apparently is
My
late.
wife is habitually late to everything in life. No joke. Habitually late to everything. And I'm a guy that's always super early. So it's funny how it works out. So my wife will be here in a couple minutes.
And we told her just to walk in, right?
And
I'm here on time because it's my house.
sitting
Probably the
here
only
to my
reason.
right is my wife, Monica. So you guys get to finally meet Monica. Monica,
Hello.
hi to all the viewers. And so our special guests were our wives. That was the
whole thing we were alluding to.
that we were alluding to last week. We wanted to bring our wives into the fold for season 2. And we have more surprises later in the season that we won't spill the beans on, but will be pretty cool. So stay tuned. But as we are gathered here today, talking about last week. So we did our thing. My thing is we do the fake tree. But somehow we went from 2 trees to 4 trees this year. So
Well,
apparently,
There's 4 trees in the house?
yeah, apparently
I
that's
just saw one.
there's one in the office, one here, there's
Okay.
one upstairs, and there's one in the basement.
No, there's 2 in the living room.
Oh, there's
There's
yep.
one in the office and one upstairs.
There we go. I just said the living room or the basement. So my guess is next year that grows from 4. But apparently we have 4 trees this year. So Christmas
Or the
is-
4 trees we have will get larger.
Uh-oh.
That might be the other.
Uh-oh.
But see, unlike having to spend $60 or $70 every year, we did it like 2 years ago and I didn't pay anything for my trees.
No, I totally get that. Back when, remember when Kmart was bought by Sears and
Yes.
became Sears Grand?
Wasn't it Sears Essentials?
There was Sears Essentials and Sears Grand. I was a carpenter back then, so I actually built a bunch of those stores when they did the conversions.
Yeah.
But we got this monstrous 8 foot, looked real, lights were on it. You know what I mean? So it basically you just snapped the 4 pieces together, put a couple of plugs, plugged it in, the tree was ready to go. And it all folded up into a box. And it was perfect. We had that for years and years and years. And then the lights went, but they're hard lined in. So we would put new lights on the tree. And then the box got destroyed, so we couldn't put it back in the box. And we couldn't find a tub big enough for it. So it wound up just sitting in the basement. Well, between the cat and one of the dogs, that tree got destroyed. So we went back to a real tree. We like that. I love that smell of pine in the house. And we couldn't do a tree in my house for years. We couldn't go with a live tree because my mom, my mom is allergic to it. So we
there are
joke,
people that are allergic to
we
it.
joke that when the pine comes into the house, my mom would lose her voice. So it was like we would always be like, you know, if my mom
You
was
leave it up
complaining a
year
lot,
round?
yeah, could we leave it up year round, or should I go cut a piece of pine tree and just have it like tuck it away somewhere in the house so she wouldn't be able to talk? So we used to pick on my mom a lot, but we went back to an artificial tree there. And then with the kids and the dogs, it was a lot easier. Don't get me wrong, but as everybody's getting older now, and even the puppies, they're leaving the tree alone, thankfully. Went back to a live tree because I really like the smell.
I love the look of a live tree. Don't get me wrong; they're really pretty. There's something.
And our tree looks amazing. I mean, Venice picked out a good one. I just had to stand there and just hold trees and bounce them and pull branches down. Is this full enough?
Then you have to string your own lights.
Yeah, you string all your own lights. You put all your
That's where
ornaments.
it gets me.
See, we still have the little kids. I know you guys have little kids, but ours are still little. So we had a fake tree that now goes in the basement. And then we go get a real tree from Williams Tree Farm. We do the whole day where they go and see Santa and see the animals and
That.
the whole shebang. We eat food. We go down. We walk in the field, find our tree we want, cut her down. So, but that doesn't happen until after Thanksgiving. So the last like 3 weeks, Kelsey was like begging me to get all the Christmas stuff out of the attic.
Right.
And I haven't. And I think I'm stuck. 'Cause I think today after
That used to be our tradition.
Friendsgiving, I'm gonna end up in the attic.
That used to be our tradition. Is we used to do when I was back years ago, we would have Thanksgiving. Everybody in our household always home on Friday after Thanksgiving and Saturday, and then we would basically do Black Friday shopping traditionally and decorating for Christmas. That used to be
Right.
But the last couple of years, it's been like, oh, Halloween's over. We're like Disney World. You go to bed Halloween night and wake up and it's Christmas.
How do they do that?
I just want to enjoy it for a lot longer. I feel like it's a lot of work
How
to
many
decorate
people
it.
at Disney work the night after Thanksgiving?
It's
We've been there.
Incredible.
We've been there before for that
It's
transformation.
incredible. There's videos on it on YouTube or places that you can look at. Like, it is insane in like 8 hours.
But it's only 50% of the decorations go up that night.
And I get what
Overnight.
you're saying about you want to enjoy, because that's Venice's whole thing too. And like I give in. I mean, like in all honesty, whatever Venice wants, I'm going to say yeah, no problem. You know, that's just how it is. But you know, I mean, she was like, I hate putting it up for like 4 weeks. And like this year, Thanksgiving's late, Christmas is early, so it's like 3.5 weeks in between the two holidays. So I understand wanting it up. Plus, then Christmas we do at home as a family, you know, because all the extended family has different systems now, and our kids are getting older where they're dating, and like even Thanksgiving, I've got a girlfriend coming. My son's gonna be at her family's house in the morning for Thanksgiving, come to us later that day.
Yeah.
My daughter's doing the same thing now, so it's like as they're getting older and doing that, that's when you start to go, oh wow. So this is what my parents went through when we're going to 3 different houses on Thanksgiving or Christmas. So I totally get it. And Thanksgiving, we have all of my brother-in-laws coming over, my sister-in-law's coming over, my mother-in-law. So having it ready for Christmas, it just looks nice. And there'll be plenty of wine, so that's all that matters for all those people in the house. Speaking of wine, I want to throw a shout out to August Hill Winery in Utica, Illinois. That's the rosé we're drinking today. Wings, wine. These Brussels sprouts are amazing.
They're great.
I mean, like bacon Brussels sprouts. I don't know what you cook them in, but
That's it. It is the easiest thing to make. My brother did it once here, and it's become like the go-to side. But you just cut your Brussels sprouts, put them on a sheet pan. Don't put anything on them. No oil, no seasoning, nothing. Then you put a rack on the top, and you lay the bacon across the top. So as it cooks, the bacon fat drips down onto the Brussels sprouts.
And that's the salt then on everything.
And then when you take it out, you just chop up the bacon, some of it. I didn't put all the bacon in it, but then you just toss it
And
with.
that's at what, $3.50 for?
I think I did $3.75.
Okay.
20, 30 minutes, depending
Okay.
on how crispy you like your bacon or.
And I will try to transcribe that recipe into the comments section. So this way, if you're listening at home or watching the YouTube video, you can get the recipe.
So who knew? We invite our wives on one episode and we've already got a recipe that we're distributing to our viewers.
Well, we're getting food for a change too.
Well,
This is our first.
This is our
saving and
first
saving.
sip and sip of the season. Not our first ever, but this is the first one with some home cooked. Well, no, your burgers. Your burgers were done home. Yep.
So, all right. So I was gonna make when I was at my house. I had some options, but I was for sure making smoked cream cheese. I don't know if you guys ever had
I've
smoked
seen-
cream cheese.
I've never had it, but I've definitely
It's
seen.
incredible.
I thought you were bringing that.
The problem with smoked cream cheese, right, is you have to cook it to the plate. Yeah, cook
Okay.
and plate. When you cook it, plate it, take it somewhere, it loses
The smoke.
Some of the flowers. I can't see Josh. I feel like
Oh, what do you know? It's a Disney's flower holder.
it is.
It's Disney, yes. It's Disney everything.
And so
Oh, look, we can see each other.
There we go.
And so you lose the like warm creaminess of the cream cheese. So I'll have to, you guys are gonna have to come over and have some.
That sounds amazing.
But I smoked it for like 2 hours, with barbecue seasoning on it, put these jalapeno jam on top. Eat it
Your,
for breakfast.
Perhaps the New Year's episode.
What about the who made the breakfast sandwiches?
Josh
They
making
gave you
breakfast sandwiches.
You just did like all of that on the griddle?
Yes.
Yes, and they were unreal.
That looked really good.
All of it. He toasted the bagels on there, everything. In bacon grease, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So I made the bacon
Those-
first.
This episode is sponsored by Bacon Grease.
Yes.
You know you can buy a
By
ton
the
of
Iowa
bacon
pork
fat.
producers.
I didn't know that. Like at the grocery store?
Mhm.
Had no idea.
So
So
one bad
it's
thing
a
about
tub
eating.
of bacon lard,
Mm-hmm.
and you scoop it and you put it on, and that's what you.
Well, I know my mom's aunt, my great aunt, she had the farm in upstate New York that we used to spend summers at. And that's what she did. Every time she'd make bacon and eggs like every day. And then the bacon grease, hot from the pan, would go into like this old Crocker barrel type butter thing that she would keep.
Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, but she would keep it like right next to this, it would like be on the stove at all times. Like it just sat in the middle of the stove, it was like just this container, and she put bacon grease in it. That's what she would do. Is she would scoop that out for everything she cooked.
Yeah.
She didn't buy butter at the store. It wasn't like butter was for like bread. It wasn't for cooking. It was just that lard always.
Oh yeah.
She made a
So
ton
I
of
baked-
bacon every day.
I made the bacon, and then I made the breakfast sausage. I made smash patty sausage,
Yum.
The sandwiches were
and then
incredible.
toasted the bread, made the eggs, put everything together. So where I messed up though is, and we talked about it, is I forgot
To season it
to
the
season
second
it
time.
the second time. I got 2 jobs.
What seasoning was that?
It's
Jack Stacks.
You were too seasoned.
Jack Stacks from Jack Stacks restaurant down in Kansas City. When if you guys watched season 1, you would have heard us talk about that.
And that is the one disclaimer we want to say. Yes, no one was hurt in the making of the breakfast sandwiches,
No,
other than my I was so full. But that's what kept the sobriety going, because I was the designated driver for the game. So I'm glad you guys had a great time.
I was sauce.
They looked amazing.
They were really good. So
well, they're so good that you put your coveralls on and then you popped your
They
belly.
were so good. I
Popped the
popped
coverall
my
cherry.
zipper on my coverall top wide
Wide
open.
So yes, so I was gonna make that, and I'm actually smoking our Thanksgiving turkey tomorrow, so I'm brining it tonight. But I couldn't make any turkey today, so instead I went with the next best bird,
I love it.
chicken wings.
Chicken wings.
And George does not like bone-in chicken wings.
It's not that I don't like them. I have to be in the mood for them. I think that bone in tastes better. You get better flavoring because of the
Well,
bone.
yes, because we're just eating chicken nuggets.
Correct.
It's just
But-
chicken breast cut up.
I have to be in the mood. Oh, and yeah, just on time.
Uh-oh.
Our second guest of the
We
day
hear
has
a
just
door,
arrived.
right?
We hear a door.
We hope it's not just one of the neighbors walking in.
Yeah, that would be depressing.
Speaking of neighbors, that dude has like a small jungle gym school.
Across the street.
Yeah,
Yeah.
putting green.
Yes.
I mean, I guess when you're a
Hello.
stay-at-home dad.
Hello, welcome everybody.
I guess when
Guest
you're a-
number 2.
when you have
Kelsey.
when you have a stay-at-home dad, you can kind of do anything you want, right? It's incredible.
You have to come see his light show.
I have. We do it every year.
Yeah.
Wait till this year. He's got 3 projectors
On his
that are going to go
garage.
on his garage with video to go with it.
Every year. It just
Every year it
a
gets
little bit-
bigger and better.
Is
Well,
his
he's-
outdoor like?
Yes.
Is that new? I don't remember.
The,
seeing-
like the playground?
no,
Oh.
like the
The kitchen.
gazebo.
Oh,
Yes.
yes,
The outdoor
that
kitchen,
is new.
yeah,
The
that-
outdoor
Right.
gazebo.
And then he has the full putting green that runs the whole
Mhm.
backyard.
Yep.
He even put in a drinking fountain for the kids that play on the playground.
You know what?
Little
We will
vending
link just for
area.
this. We'll link to his YouTube page, Plutsky Productions,
Yeah.
where he puts his annual Christmas show on there. And you know, it's a little early for this, but it will be up probably in the next couple weeks. Everybody that's
Well, I think
listening,
it's like a
watching,
staple of Rockford. now.
yeah,
Like,
you guys
it's-
need to come check it out.
And he
It's-
changes it every year, so it's,
Yep,
it's never the
it's
same
an
thing.
awesome
and
Christmas show
yeah.
here right across the street.
super cool.
100%.
Like you tune to a radio station or something, you could hear the
Mhm.
music.
Yeah, he's got a sign in the front with lit up sign that says Plutsky Production, tune
With
your
the
radio,
channel.
what channel, and you just sit there and they.
Does it go all night long?
Yep.
No.
No, he cuts it off at like midnight, I believe. And as soon as the light, as soon as the sun sets till about midnight every night, he just lets it roll every day for the entire winter season.
Give the girl a glass of wine.
Yeah, absolutely.
You gotta try the Brussels sprouts.
Yeah, go grab yourself
If
a
that's all
plate.
you're gonna eat is Brussels sprouts and bread,
That would be funny.
that'll be fine. Trust me.
There you go. We left
Thank
just
you.
enough wine for
There you go.
Kelsey to have.
Oh, that's
hers.
my wife, by the way.
Yeah, I introduced her already.
Did you?
Yes.
No.
So we've got 2 out of our 3 special guests. I guess you guys will just have to tune in to all season long to find out what John's wife looks like, Denise. There may or may not be another episode with a cameo.
I
Just saying.
might just be making it up, but
Yeah,
I'm
you-
not married at all.
We
Maybe.
did talk about our wives
Like-
frequently on the first season.
Yeah, we
We
did.
did.
So like now that we can actually bring it together and you guys are in it now, it's kind of cool because I think there was at least every episode where someone got a snippet of our wives or a
Yeah.
story of our wives.
Well, if you just
Is
so
there
you
going to
know,
be a wives episode, an only wives episode where we then
We will not.
we can talk about you?
We will
not
not
confirm
confirm
nor
nor deny this allegation that my wife just so brilliantly had.
Is that
to-
one of the surprises that you?
We cannot
We're not
confirm
gonna
nor
confirm nor
deny.
deny.
Look at these
Interesting.
things.
But
Hmm.
last week's episode, if you pay attention, if you listen real carefully, you could actually hear Denise in the background
Yeah, that's true.
while we're having our episodes because she was working at home as well. So you could hear her talking to one of the staff members where she's at.
So she does exist.
She does exist.
We just gotta get her. on-
No, she did make a cameo.
Yeah,
the first
in the
season
one where we
in
were.
her like bathing suit mowing the yard while John was sitting in his outdoor.
Yep, I remember that.
outdoor
Is she aware of that cameo?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
she was.
And I like,
He
was like
fair warned her beforehand. She goes, it is what it is.
I
Good for her.
I said, I
Cut
was
it
like,
out.
I turned around, I was like, we're recording right now. And that was it.
Yeah, that was
But yeah,
fun.
was she like mowing the yard or something?
Yes.
Awesome. So, what did you do this week? We talked about our decorating experiences.
We all decorated. our
we
houses.
haven't heard your story.
I did tell her how you've been begging me to get the stuff out of the attic.
Yeah.
and-
Normally we don't until after Thanksgiving because normally we host Thanksgiving, but we're not hosting this year.
So you're anxious. Well, see, I'm actually lucky because I'm Ukrainian, and Ukrainian Orthodox celebrates Christmas.
We get two
on-
Christmases.
Yes,
Mhm.
January 7th.
Russian Orthodox.
Whoa!
we get the same
Are we
thing.
gonna have that on our episode? The Ukrainian Orthodox.
We may.
Can we do? Can we do a food? Like a
Ukrainian food?
yeah.
Perhaps.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Hmm.
It's all the
Perhaps.
same thing. I grew up with all that too. So
Uh-huh.
So we keep our tree and everything through the second week.
Your
of
Oh,
four
yeah.
trees.
Yes.
Do you have real trees?
We
or
don't-
fake?
No, all fake.
my tree stays up until it's dried out just enough so we can like cut it and then throw it in the fire pit.
Yeah.
See, ours we take down, and then we're going on the 6th annual Carhartt Open this year, our house, and my father-in-law puts our Christmas trees in the burn
They
barrel,
burn 'em.
and it goes like massive,
I
Like-
own
like
Carhartt,
so-
so,
like
I may
so
I may have
close.
to join you.
like
one day.
so close to our house that one year if it gets a little feisty, we might have to put our house up because it gets really
We have the
close.
fire department on call.
Yes,
The
but that's in February, so we take it down, keep it outside until the Saturday before the Super Bowl, and then we have the Carhartt Open, and we light our Christmas trees on fire.
Well, I don't know,
Interesting.
speaking of like lighting the houses on fire though, last night, in Rockton, somebody was driving by, they posted on social media, like the backyard was like a blaze. And I think it was somebody was practicing how to deep fry a turkey.
Oh, no.
So just
Ooh.
remember
And it
that is
didn't
like,
go well.
no, and that's one of those
Wow.
things. One, don't overfill your oil,
Oh.
because when you put the
Yeah.
turkey in, the oil goes up. When it
Dude,
bubbles
you
over,
gotta make sure the turkey is dry.
and the turkey has to be fully dry and fully defrosted. If there's any ice inside, ice and hot oil will
sounds
ignite
so
into a fire
dangerous.
instantly
Instantly.
Wow.
Yes. And
interesting.
they always say at least like 15 to 20 feet away
from your
the
house. So just a couple of
Wow.
tips. I know this is airing after Thanksgiving, so hopefully nobody burned their house down yesterday.
But also, though, speaking of fires,
Yeah.
we'll get back to what we did last week. Speaking of fires, though, the Lowe's Park Parade, they like all their fireworks went off at one time.
Well, was it Lowe's Park or McChesney Park?
Lowe's Park.
Because I was actually showing a house and I heard all the shots. And I was like, wait, that's because you heard the geese flying. So I was like, I know it's hunting season right now, so you can hunt geese. I'm like, well, that's way too many shots for goose hunters. I was showing a house right behind the McChesney
Yeah.
Park Mall.
So is at 4:30.
Was that a good selling point?
Yeah.
All
well,
of that noise?
I don't know if that would be a good selling point or not.
But it was around 4:30. All the fireworks went off at like the same time,
Yes.
and the entire like
Prairie behind.
prairie behind it
Set on fire.
engulfed in flames.
Wow.
So if you go to there's a name Love's Park Neighborhood Watch or whatever, there's a video
Of the fire.
of it here. I'll show you guys real quick. I know we'll have to get a link to it.
Get a link.
It was wild.
Sweet. That's crazy.
Well, yeah, I was showing the house.
And the lady that's taking the video goes, "Merry Christmas."
I didn't know this was going. Oh wow! And people were cheering. Right. There will be a link in the comments.
Oh my
Just,
gosh.
just
Wow.
text me the link so I have it.
Yeah, we'll add that link so you guys can see it.
But
in the
I,
comments.
it's what I was showing the house. I heard all this noise. I'm like, it's too bright still. It was still light out, so I didn't think it was fireworks. I didn't know the parade was going on. So when I left the house, I come out onto Roosevelt Road, and I was seeing all the cars coming down, and there's cops. I'm like, okay, I can't make a left to go up 173. They go up 251. They got it all closed off. I can't go straight. They make me turn. They make me head south on 251. So I go, all right, I'll get to Harlem. I'll cut around and go up that way. I turn left at Harlem, and it's a standstill. I'm like, what? They're coming up through Lowe's Park.
Yep.
Mm.
So I'm like, U-turn, over the bridge, over Route 2, shoot back up to Roscoe. It was just crazy. I was like, and then to hear
Yeah.
that there was also another tragedy at that, which was bad.
Yeah, the 4-year-old fell off of the float. I
Has
don't
there
know.
Been an update on.
I don't know the update on it. I just saw that it said emergency, like we need help now.
Yikes.
So
Wow, that's
I
crazy.
kept trying to read the update. Last one I saw, they said they think he's gonna be okay. But I don't know if that's true or not.
Unreal.
Unreal.
But our week last week, what are we doing? Well,
we're still on that.
we're still on
We're
that.
still on that.
We're in basketball season now. So like we have basketball practice a couple times a week. We had a scrimmage game. Our girls got RSV a couple weeks ago, so they're dealing with that. And then our son, we try to keep him like away from mom, just basketball, and he had a super busy basketball like 2 weeks, and the flu hit our house on Saturday. So he's been down out, since Saturday, and trying to keep the girls are finally off of everything and fine.
We had the virus hit our house last week too, Monday,
Everything's
Tuesday.
going around.
But my daughter, we talked about it last week. My daughter had the play last weekend, and I have to admit, for what's the age group? 8 to 11, 8 and 9, 8 and 9-year-olds put on a heck of a play. It was about a 40-minute show, but the acting was superb. It was a great play, and I'm actually surprised at how well you could follow the story and actually understand what was happening for that age group. So it was a great show. Studio, they do a great job with
Yeah,
kids.
was it the Aristocrats?
Yes,
Yeah.
Aristocrats.
Was.
No, Aristocats.
Aristocats.
The Disney's
I
Aristocats.
feel like I'm still singing the songs in my head.
Yeah,
How long did they have to
Silly.
practice till they could put it out?
Ooh.
A month?
I would say a little over a month. It was
They
before
they first had
Halloween.
the what do they call that?
The auditions were in
Auditions.
early October.
And then they performed in.
And where was that at?
mid-November.
It's through the studio
The
here in
studio.
town. Their rehearsal space and office is out by Cherryville Mall. But they performed at Christian Life. They used Christian Life stage. But no, they
Yeah,
did a
it's
great
cool.
job.
Really
She
cool. And they have
doing
different-
the next one then?
I think so.
Moana's the next one.
Yeah, Moana
She's
Junior will be
very
their spring
excited.
show.
Very excited about it already, and yeah, she did well. She was one of the extras. She wasn't a prime role. What do they call it? The
Lead.
lead.
Which
wasn't
she
a
didn't
lead.
want to be a lead,
No,
so it actually
she-
worked out great for her.
She got a taste of
She
it.
didn't want to.
Got to sing.
Oh, now
got
she wants
to
to be the
dance.
lead.
No,
No,
I'm not sure she's
still
there yet.
okay
but-
with being a back role.
Yeah.
But I think she loves the process, loves the being involved in
So,
the practice.
so she prefers to be in the chorus line,
Mhm.
which
Yep.
is another great movie, by the way.
So
Rather
that
than
was
be
a
the
great
lead.
weekend. So this is airing obviously the day after Thanksgiving, Black Friday.
Do you guys
So
have any Black Friday traditions?
we used to. When
Why
I was,
used to? We gotta get this used to.
Well, when I was younger, I had no problem standing in the long lines and freezing my butt off because you get a deal. There ain't nothing that you can make me stand in line for now in the
And
cold.
To be
No,
really
Yeah,
honest,
online.
no.
the deals are better before Black Friday anyway. So if
Yeah.
I can get it online
It's
or in
really
the store, I don't
transparent.
need to stand in line.
Kelsey pays for the Walmart Plus membership, whatever. So we get free delivery for everything. But we also get pre-Black Friday deals. So they start at the beginning of November, and every Monday, different things come out that you can
They're-
buy.
Yeah,
Which is probably better.
retailers
I'd
are
rather do that
really
than
doing
stand
that
in line.
more rather than just having this one day so
Well,
much
I
anymore.
still think when you had to go to Black Friday, they started moving. It's doors open at 6 o'clock on Thanksgiving. It was really
That's
let people
bad.
spend time with their families. Let's be thankful. So I'm actually happy they don't do all that. I'd rather shop beforehand. The only thing I would want to do on Black Friday though is that's when, what do they call it? Goose Island's Bourbon County South comes
They
out.
do. It does.
And it only comes out on Black Friday, and they're tapping the keg at Arrow Ale House
Yeah.
on Friday morning, and they got a
Interesting.
brunch menu. So that's something I would I would do.
That sounds pretty cool.
I actually have
You ever
two
had a Bourbon
bottles
County?
still.
No.
Oh, I have two bottles still, which they tell you if you're going to store them in not in the fridge. You store them in a dark cabinet, basically, where they're not going to hit light, and they'll keep aging in the bottle for up to 4 years. And
Interesting.
this is the year to pop the two that are in my cabinet right now.
So
Oh,
people
when I got 'em, I
they go and
aged
buy
them.
them.
And then you
And then
age them.
You age them, and then you drink them 4 years later, and then you constantly have one circulating.
That's
So,
pretty
but the
neat.
problem
I
is
never
though,
heard of that.
Woodman's has them, but they limit you to how many you can buy. I think you're allowed 1 4-pack.
Some places
Some
give you
only one bottle.
One bottle of the 4-pack.
So I lucked out though. I got and I haven't done it in a couple of years, but when I got these bottles, I got 4 bottles.
Wow.
And then I sent Vanessa in to get 4 more bottles.
That's funny.
So we got 8 bottles that year, and I drank, all but 2.
Yeah,
Just
they're
to,
good though, but they mess you up.
they do. They're very
Holy cow.
strong.
Interesting. So they're like an IPA-ish.
Um,
Maybe not taste-wise, but
no,
It's a
Strength.
stout.
it's a stout.
It's a stout that is aged in bourbon barrels,
oh,
so it tastes like bourbon.
that's
but it's
pretty
thick
awesome.
and creamy like a
It's-
Guinness.
Yeah, it's thick, creamy, and
And
it
then they have
tastes like
different-
bourbon.
And they have
So
different
I-
flavors as well.
I
and
think I
it's-
know what I'm doing on Black Friday,
And
John.
it's
I think we're gonna go tap a bottle. We're gonna tap the keg at Arrow.
But is that
the
a
thing
4-year-old
is-
keg?
Well, no,
at Arrow?
that's a new keg every year they tap. So right now, if you go to Hope and Anchor, I don't know how they have, but they have that on tap all year round.
What?
Some bars have it all year round. So, but you gotta buy a
Interesting.
lot to get that.
yeah. It's
So
a
yeah,
rarity.
that's pretty neat.
But once they're out usually. But there's a
So-
few choice bars that have supply.
Black Friday and then Saturday, obviously.
You go
Strong State.
strong state.
And then Sunday,
Sunday's going to be a big party up in this house.
Sunday's gonna be real like a house divided because my Jets are playing the Bears. And neither team can seem to win a game for the last couple
And
of
it
weeks.
seems-
So
and-
let's see what happens now.
And neither quarterback may play. So
Right, exactly.
it may be backup quarterback versus backup quarterback. Who knows? It'll be an interesting game. But no, this Saturday we got Strawn State. They kick it off every year with a 5K the morning. And the 5K this year is got a new course. So I used to run it every year.
You run it this year?
No, I'm not running it, but Kyle is.
My brother.
I ran it last year.
Yeah, I love that course. I did enjoy it. It had its hills, especially the bridge at the end.
Yep.
And you always kind of round around the one house where they always have Santa and a bunch of people singing for you. And so this year, new course, but that kicks into the evening where you're at the full-on Strawn State. So that is really what's happening in this area, in my opinion. Obviously, the holiday yesterday, today, Black Friday, go out and shop. I mean, I still like it. I still go out on Black Friday and hit a few stores. I love to get up early, get my coffee, and just kind of go browse. And it really gets you in that festive mood because everybody's decorated for Christmas. That is like the first day where that is still a tradition.
When the lights go up at Mississippi Park?
The lights go up at Mississippi Park on Friday.
Oh, okay.
They're up. They turn them on Friday night at
Okay.
6
Black
p.m.
Friday.
So
Yep.
Friday at 6 p.m.
Tonight.
Tonight.
And Nicholas
6 p.m.
Conservatory too? They have all their
I
light up.
believe they
jazz.
because everybody's driving right by at that time.
Yeah.
All right.
So we got that
unlike-
too.
Unlike
Great
the,
call.
unlike the
See?
rest of us.
See, this is why we
Decorating early.
need to bring the wives on this episode because they pay attention a little more detail than sometimes we do.
Well, I do love driving through Mississippi Park though.
Yes.
I mean, and that started out, I was reading an article the other day. It started out just a small little thing and it's grown. There's like 60 businesses
Mhm.
involved in this now and it just keeps going.
The
and
line
going
to get
and going.
in.
Yeah.
I say it's only on
often-
the is it still only on the weekends though?
I think it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday until the week of Christmas and then it's like every
Every
night.
day.
Yeah.
The last year was a fiasco with the strolling with Mississippi Park. Emma was
Not on their. not
No,
fault of
our
theirs.
family.
Oh, your family.
Yeah.
yes. Oh my gosh.
They did a great
Well,
job.
Yeah.
It was the year of everybody had to pee and the line was so long that we
There's
did
no
we had to go
bathroom.
several times to actually get through it because we had
have to
tears.
leave early.
I have to pee right now. Can't hold it. And we were halfway through the line. So we quit the line, ran to grandma's house so they could pee. Then we went the next day. Everybody has to pee. And what happens when we get in line? I have to pee. It's like, you gotta be kidding me. So it was
It did. It was like
took us
3 attempts
forever to
actually
get
finish
through the actual lights.
See, that wouldn't be my kids. That would be me. I'd be like, I have to go to the bathroom.
Because the lines are long, I will
Yeah.
say. It takes a while to get through.
I feel like that started once they only did it on the weekends.
Yep.
Before,
lines
like I
got
remember
longer.
going and you could just go through any night.
Any night of the
But
week, you
now
just
it's-
drive through.
You just
You
drive
have to
through.
wait.
It would have been great. Yeah.
Well, the
Yeah.
electric bill is getting expensive, so.
Well, apparently not across the street because they run it 7 days a week.
Oh, there's
All
no
day.
line.
There's
No
no
line.
line. Well, actually, I've seen it where you get close to Christmas. There's like tour buses. No
They'll pull
joke.
up.
Like
That
nursing
pull up,
home,
nursing home tour
will come
buses.
down.
It's hysterical. We have a line on our street, and it's just to see that show. But it's a good show, and I think
When's he gonna bring it like around the house? Like the
well, he
side of
keeps
the
trying to
house,
get
too?
us to buy it. He's like, I'll program it. I'll help you. We can start doing
Every
houses.
house around the, like,
I
we
wonder
need
if
a
his
name of
house
it
is
then.
bright inside. Like, does it light up his inside of his house?
No,
No, you can't see
all
him
the
on the
front.
inside.
he turns everything off in the front, and it's
His family has
just
to
that.
live in the dark during the Christmas
Correct.
season. All the
Yeah,
lights are
everything.
Well,
lit.
him and his like 13 kids, huh?
5,
5.
and it's the 5th one's official. He's officially adopted.
Just a couple
The
days
5th
ago.
one, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what we got going on this weekend.
Mhm.
Anything to add for Venice? Do you want to say anything for Venice?
No.
Well,
She is very upset that she actually has her first gymnastics meet of the year while Plush Bash is going on,
Flush Bash, yeah.
which is like what, a week
A
from
week
Saturday.
from Saturday. It's almost here, and we are not ready. Well, she's probably ready, but I haven't even thought about it yet.
Yeah.
But it
But the
that'll
fact that
be
you have to think about that and the Bears Packers game the next day,
that's gonna be a fun weekend. We're gonna get up at 5.
you're
and
gonna be
go
sick
right
the whole
there.
next week.
Yeah.
There's a good chance.
Yeah.
But it's a good thing that it's the first week of the month, and typically in our industry, nothing happens the first week of the month.
Well,
Now
that you just
remember,
said that.
remember, it's called a holiday, not a month. Christmas is only a 1-day event.
Depends on who you talk to, but yeah, it's supposed to be anyhow.
No, that's the one thing though, coming in Thanksgiving now, we got all the holiday parties happening. It's just, it seems like I'm not home one night the entire month. And that's a good thing, but it's also tiresome. It's like by the time Christmas actually comes, you just, New Year's comes, like, I don't want to go out for New Year's anymore. It's like, I've just been
We've
I've just been
done
to
that.
holiday parties
We're
3 days a week for 4 weeks straight. I just want to
oh
stay
my
home
gosh,
and
yes.
just watch the ball drop in New York
Between
City.
all
go to bed.
the work, the
Christmas
raw
concerts.
Christmas concerts.
So we get to have one of those this year.
It'll be Mason's first.
Ooh,
Oh,
Christmas
yeah.
concerts.
Lily,
Yes.
our daughter
Yeah, they're
Lily is
fun.
playing on December
8th
8th at Cherryvale Mall
Rockford
from
Christian
10 to
Band.
3. So if anybody wants to go,
From 10
Cherryvale,
to 3?
Yeah.
yes,
Holy cow, that's a
She-
long time.
They're
she
gonna,
will be
they're gonna play
playing.
for those mall walkers.
We're gonna play for all
Oh,
Well,
his,
yeah, it's just the mall
True.
walkers there, right? It's already stores
or
still
some of
small.
our viewers that may want to come out on
The mall
December
walkers.
8th
Yeah.
The
and
geriatrics.
watch the geriatrics.
Oh.
Oh, that's not nice.
Hey, I
Oh,
resemble
luckily
everyone.
retired.
Luckily
People
retired,
that
exactly.
That can spend their day.
I'm
at
waiting.
the mall.
I'm waiting patiently for that day.
Can I bring up one thing though? So we have the ladies here who are well, teachers
Yeah, that's
in the
right.
Rockford Public Schools.
We're off
How
this
do you guys feel?
week.
How do you feel about
Exactly,
having the
I love
week
it.
off
I
at Thanksgiving
Love this
rather
so
than
much.
this single day random
I love
single
this.
days?
Not just because I'm enjoying a whole week off, but there's hardly, I don't know if you have the same, there's kids are already missing Monday and Tuesday
Yeah.
because if their family's
wouldn't come
traveling for
anyway.
Thanksgiving, so we only have half a class.
I was a little upset, like when we didn't have the random. I was like, I need this day off. But now
Yeah.
this week, I'm like, I really like this actually.
Yep.
I'm good with it.
It helps that my kids are also in school, so I've had these 2
They're
days.
supposed to be, but
Yeah.
they're home.
But no, this should be
Well,
something they should do every
and
year.
see,
That
you
we don't
guys-
have to.
You guys are lucky though, because like Venice, like she coaches gymnastics, so Wednesday is her longest day of the week. And she's like, they close at Kid Spot Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. She's like, can we just close Wednesday? Because like
Oh, they're
she
so
she
open.
prepares, like we host.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just a nightmare at our house. Like, I mean, she gets home from work at like 10 o'clock that night and then we're up early the next day
Oh.
Cooking. And
making turkey and mac and
That
cheese
is
and
hard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're this episode is airing, and I will be 100% in my favorite part of this year every year, Thanksgiving through New Year's. That whole 6-week span is my favorite part of the year by far.
Do you guys
Any
cook
holiday.
Thanksgiving dinner or do you cater it?
We go to
Neither.
we used to have a tradition of going to her cousin's house, but they've since moved away.
Well, kind of like what you were saying.
Colorado.
Like families have changed and
yes.
cousins have had babies and they've gotten married and so they're with their own. It has evolved, I think.
But the
so
last
often,
couple
but-
of years, it's at Kyle's house.
My brother's house.
Last year's Thanksgiving was quite interesting because
Emma,
Emma got
So
COVID
we were supposed to host last year.
here because we had
Here.
extra guests come. Her uncle Kurt from Georgia came up for
Yeah.
the first time in forever because he retired from his career, and of
We
course
just have more space.
we had
And then
way
I think
more
it was
space.
2 days before Thanksgiving.
Emma
I
got
ended up with
COVID.
And so we had to
So
call
we had a
them and be like,
we had a
"So-"
quarantine, and we did, and she
I'm like,
came down and sat at a table right there by herself
my-
and had Thanksgiving with a mask on while we sat here, and we FaceTimed our family that was at Kyle's house.
Yeah.
We had that happen Thanksgiving of 2020.
Ugh.
So 1 or 2 of my kids were sick, and it wasn't COVID, but they were just sick in general. And it was like
Yeah. People.
nobody wanted. So I was like, well, forget it. And we were supposed to go to my brother-in-law's, but they had new babies at the house and everything. So even if you didn't have COVID, they didn't want anybody that was even
Yeah.
sick. So we made our own turkey at home. We had our own Thanksgiving dinner, and then last year we said, it was such a good time. We should just do it again at home.
Mhm.
So we said, we're having Thanksgiving. If you want to come. So you get tired of Kyle's, he's
Well,
done.
but the reason we give it to Kyle is because he also smokes a turkey
Yes.
and it is amazing.
Unbelievable.
I would rather Kyle
He's
just
got-
make the
does he
turkey.
smoke it the day of Thanksgiving?
Yes.
He's
See,
got
I smoke it the day before.
Is that better?
what is it called that he's got the grill? It's got a special
The
name.
egg?
Not the egg. It's different.
Komodo,
Komodo.
something.
Yeah, something Komodo he's got.
See, I have 2 smokers now, and I smoke it on Wednesday, breast side down, and let all the juice for 8 hours just cook into the meat.
And
And
then
then I let it sit and I slice it and I put it back in the juice. And then Thanksgiving morning around like 11:30, I put it in the oven just to warm it up in the juice. and it is
Unreal.
No, he does.
I'll have to bring you a piece,
Okay.
and then you can
We have to have a smoked
like,
turkey.
Smoked turkey off.
Showdown.
Smoked
Showdown.
turkey sandwiches.
Well,
There we
Kyle's
go.
though, because it totally impacts the flavor of the smoked turkey. But several years ago for Christmas,
We
we
got
got,
him a
him a
brander.
brand,
Like a
and so last year he branded his turkey when
it's
he
his,
came
it's
out.
his
It's
initials.
His initials.
Does he put the turkey like smoked like
Excellent.
presentation on the table, or does he
No,
slice
he
it?
slices it.
Slices it.
Yeah. But no, we
Yeah, I
videoed him
pre-slice
last year.
before
Yeah.
it goes out. I'm not gonna sit there at the table trying to carve. No.
Nope.
We pre-slice, warmer going.
Well, the last couple of years the Bears have played, so I focused all of my attention on the Bear game. So this year, I can care less. Bears played with us on Sunday,
Yes.
so it'll be a different season this year for Christmas or Thanksgiving. But
All right, well, it seems like we're winding down, we're wrapping up, so let's end it with one thing we're thankful for Thanksgiving. We'll start
Oh,
with
boy.
Monica, work around.
I don't know. I'm thankful for lots of things. I think I'm thankful for this week off, for sure. I'm thankful that everybody's healthy this year. I don't know all the things.
I'm I'm going to keep it podcast specific. I'm thankful for the viewers that do tune in, and last season was not easy to put 20 episodes together in a row, literally that long to continuously have, with all of our schedules intertwined, find a way to make it work for 20 straight weeks. The 6 weeks off was great, and to come back now and we're on season 2, episode 2, the people that are continuing to tune in every week and it's growing, I'm thankful for them because I'm much more excited this season than I was last season, and I think that's going to continue to grow as we develop this podcast. So that's what I would say I'm thankful for.
I'm thankful for my kiddos and my family, and that we both have good jobs, and we're just doing
That's
well.
another good one. Yeah,
I'm
the
excited.
job thing.
Yes,
No,
I'm
it
thankful
does.
for just the opportunities that have arose in this year. You know what I mean, 2022.
22.
You guys know we went through a lot last year, and I'm just very thankful for the opportunities that I've had moving forward, and you guys for obviously believing in me and keeping me up and going. So
Absolutely.
Well, I'll end that with very similar. I'm thankful for friends that become family, and you guys have become family for me. So I'm just very grateful for that. I mean, we vacation together, we've gone on trips, we eat a lot of meals.
Had a lot of
Go to Bears
wine.
games.
Yeah,
Eat a
go to
lot.
get Bears game. I
Lots,
mean,
lots of wine.
like this is like the kind of stuff you always like. You want great friends and family around for, and I consider you guys all family. So that's what I'm grateful for. And of course, everybody watching and listening at home. So keep it going.
Yep. Well, thanks guys for tuning in. Again, do your podcast things.
Yeah, the podcasty things, like, subscribe, and share on YouTube, on everywhere you go, podcast, Buzzsprout, Apple Podcasts. We're on Spotify. You can ask Amazon Alexa to play. You can have your Echo play us. 67% of all our listeners listen on Echo
Alexa.
device on their
Yep.
in their house.
Hmm,
Just so you know. So do you Echo people? Awesome job.
Yeah. No. And so, next week we will be. It's our first.
Next week we'll be celebrating a Jets victory.
We'll see about that.
JETS.
But we'll look forward to seeing you guys. Yeah, stop it. We'll see you guys next Friday, and
Happy Thanksgiving.
happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
All right.
See you guys.